Hey guys, welcome back to the channel again. So today is going to be a quick one because yeah, the trading session throughout the London was pretty boring and there wasn't a lot of volatility. So I did, it was a profitable day, which is good. We did ended up making $671. The setup was pretty simple. It was one of the strategy I spoke about quite a lot in my channel. So yeah, basically we just straight get into the chart. Actually, before I get into the chart, let's just talk about the results. So this month has been a very slow month for me. A lot of people have spoken online in the trading community that summer months throughout this season, it was actually quite difficult to trade. But it shouldn't affected me too much because I am a scalper, right? I try to get 20 to 50 points per day throughout the London session. So even without a market volatility, I should be able to trade pretty well. But yeah, I feel like the struggle that I'm facing this week is really just mentally. Like I'm trying to come up with different strategies to trade. I know I have a very profitable strategy which I spoke about in my channel, like one of the first video I spoke about, which is a strategy that actually helped me to make 9,000 profit basically 9,000 profit last month, right? But when it comes to this month, I started implement many different strategies throughout London session. I try to trade reversal, I try to trade different concept, which at the end I'm still at a profitable level. Like at the moment, this hasn't included today's performance, but I think the net P&L for the month is 2,700, which was still okay, but I feel like I have lost a lot of good opportunities throughout the months. Yeah, so I think from going forward, I'm going to be predominantly focusing just on my trend trading strategy. Okay, that was the first strategy that I introduced. I believe this strategy, yeah. This is the strategy that made me extremely profitable, that I actually made a $20,000 profit throughout my Top Step account and also the My Funded Futures account in a month. And after that month, I just got a little bit too confident and I started to implement many different ways of trading and ended up not perform as well as I did last month. So anyway, let's get back to the market. Let's just quickly analyze the price action today. So pretty straightforward. So today, when I look at the market, right, when you see, as I explained to you, this is the simplest and easiest strategy that I introduced in my channel, right? This was the setup that I have used many times. So when you come into the market, this is a Sunday open, okay, and this is the daily candle. So when I come into the market at 2:30, right, when you see a market on the 5 minutes chart, you don't need to go in, as I explained to you guys in my channel before, you don't need to look into higher time frame analysis, daily candle. When you see market structure like this, when you see a clear trend on a 5 minutes chart, 5 minutes clear trend trending up, all you have to do is divide that into 50% and you look for a PD array. So you want to trade with the trend, okay? So there is a much higher possibility to actually just trade with the trend. So when you see this clear 5 minutes trend that's going up, you divide them into the 50% level and you look for a PD array area on top of the 50% level. So in this instance, as you can see, right, there is a clear trend and then this area, inefficiency area, was the one that caught my eyes. And I did speak to you guys that when you're looking for point of interest, you can look for it on the 5 minutes or 50 minutes, whatever that makes sense to you. So in this case, I will look at 5 minutes and I will also look at 50 minutes, which to me, it makes more sense on the 50 minutes chart because one, there is order block sitting on top of the 50% level. There's also inefficiency, tiny inefficiency just sitting there. And yeah, so that when I see that straight away, that was my trade idea for the day. So I actually enter along here. Yeah, I actually didn't trade with this setup because I did have a losing day in the past couple of days. So I decided to scale down. Instead of trading a one mini contract, I started to trade micro contract and I started adding in, subtracting position throughout the trade that's running. So was this position I was supposed to make in hit my target of 1,000 easily, but yeah, again, because I was trading with a lower contract, I actually ended up only making $670 profit for this session, which is fine. Like I said, at the end of the day, it's still a profitable day. It's still a profitable month so far. We are up. So my target for this month is just 5,000. 5,000 from a single funded 50K funded account. It's a pretty still pretty strong results. That is enough income. That is, 5,000 a month is generally a full-time income for an average person in most of the countries out there. So yeah, so I'm not trying to get too much profit. I'm not trying to duplicate the result that I had last month, because last month I made more than 9,000. So this month, for the remaining couple of days, I'm just going to take it chill. Just trying to trade with the trend. Do not try to guess the market too much. Just use the most simple strategy that I introduced in my second video here. This was the video that if you want to actually study the strategy, this strategy works extremely, extremely well throughout the learning session. And I'm just going to be constantly trading that, because that is that one concept that gave me most amount of profit. And it kind of, there was many setup that happened throughout last month. So yeah, so that's just what I want to talk about throughout this session. And yeah, we'll stay tuned, and I'll see you guys in the next video.